Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to day 4 of this 40-day journey of productivity and positivity. It's your girl, Reynaissance Kiki, and today we are talking about something incredibly powerful yet often overlooked: silence. Think about it. How many times have you said something in the heat of the moment and regretted it later? How often do people just talk just to fill the silence without truly saying anything meaningful? Have you ever noticed how the quietest people in the room often hold the most influence? Silence is not weakness. In fact, it's one of the strongest tools you can use in conversations, conflicts, and even in your own personal growth. Today, we're going to explore why silence is more powerful than words, when to use silence to your advantage, and how to become a better communicator by talking less. The strength in silence. We live in a world that values noise. Everywhere you turn, there's someone trying to be heard on social media, in meetings, even in casual conversations. But here's the paradox: those who speak the loudest are not always the most powerful. History proves this. Some of the most influential leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, were not the loudest voices in the room. Instead, they spoke with purpose, using their words sparingly and impactfully. There's a famous quote: better to remain silent and be thought of as a fool than to speak and remove all doubts. Silence can be a sign of wisdom. It means you are thinking before reacting, listening before responding, and choosing when and how to use your words. When silence speaks louder than words, there are 3 key moments where silence is more powerful than speaking. In conflict, when emotions run high, in conflict, please, it's better to remain quiet because your words will follow your emotions. And when you're speaking anger or frustration or stress, you say things that you don't mean. Instead of reacting immediately, pause, take a deep breath, and stay silent. Let the other person say what they need to say. When you finally respond, do so calmly and thoughtfully. The small act of self-control will prevent major regrets and will make you appear more composed and confident. Also, in conversations, if you want to influence others, your silence can actually make them feel a bit uncomfortable. Most people rush to feel silent because they are awkward. They fear that it will be awkward. But if you master the pause, you can actually control the conversation. When someone asks you a question, try this next time. Pause for about 2 to 3 seconds before answering. Just do that. Try it and see how it works. It shows that you're thinking deeply. It makes your response carry more weight, and it shifts the power dynamic a bit back to you. Great negotiators use silence strategically. After stating the price or an offer, they stay silent. The other person often feels pressure to speak first. That's given the negotiator the advantage. Also, in your personal growth, when you need clarity, you're constantly bombarded with noise, notifications, emails, endless contents. But when do we ever sit in silence to think, to meditate? Some of the most creative ideas actually will come up from your own quiet moments. So, take long walks, think, meditate. Some famous people have been using this trick. Einstein, Steve Jobs, they are famously known to have used silence to gain some clarity and make some breakthroughs. Even artists and writers often isolate themselves before they can create their best work. So, use it as well. If you want mental clarity, if there's a major decision you need to make, you need some silence. We often think we are heard. When we are being heard, then it's the most important things in conversation. No, you have to use the power of listening over talking. When you listen more than you speak, you understand people better. You avoid unnecessary conflicts. You gain deeper insights into situations, and you earn the respect and acknowledgement from people. Have you ever met someone who makes you feel truly heard? It's really rare. Most people are ready to jump in and yes, I also experience the same thing. But those who listen, ask follow-on questions, make you feel heard. It's a rare and valuable friendship from there. So be that person, okay? Be remembered because you gave people the chance to express themselves, and they'll truly remember you, and you'll be unforgettable. Trust me. So instead of rushing to respond, practice Practice active listening. Nod, maintain eye contact, show engagement, resist the urge to interrupt. Be quiet and listen. Also, before you respond, ask yourself, do I really need to say this? You'll be surprised at how much more respected and influential you will become in your workplace, in other relationships. Well, let me share a quick story on the power of silence. There was once an old wise man in the village. He was known for his wisdom. People traveled from far and wide to seek his advice. One day, a young man came to him, angry and frustrated. He shouted, "Old man, everyone is having issues with me, blah, blah, blah." He was expecting an argument from the old man. But the wise man simply sat in silence, listening. The young man kept ranting. After a while, he grew tired. He sat down, took a deep breath. Finally, the wise man spoke one sentence. "Are you finished? Now let's talk." At that moment, the young man realized something profound. His anger had no power over the wise man. And in that silence, he found clarity. What do you think the moral of the story is? Tell me what you think in the comments. Not every battle requires your words. Sometimes the most powerful response is just to be silent. So let's reflect on these. In what areas of our lives do we feel the urge to always respond? How can we practice silence as a tool instead? Write it down, make a plan. It will truly work in your relationships, Make your conversations much more meaningful. Silence is not a weakness. It's wisdom. It's a strength. It is control. When you learn to pause before reacting, when you learn to listen more than you speak, you can use silence strategically, and you can become a person of power and influence. So today I challenge you, practice intentional silence. Next time you feel the urge to speak, pause first. See how it changes the conversation. Until next time, see you.